Well, I'm here today because we've got a baptism coming up next Sunday, and I'm joined by someone who's a really good friend to my daughter Maisie, and that's Backy. Hi, Backy.
Hi, Paul.
So, Backy, can you tell us why have you decided to get baptised?
Okay, yeah, so I've been a Christian for a little while now, but the last few weeks of uni, I just felt like God's been nudging me. The theme of baptism has come up in most church services I've been to, in conversations and prayer meetings, and I've been thinking about it a lot. And baptism symbolises Jesus washing our sins away and bringing us into new life, and I think it's just incredible that even though I'm a sinner, God has given me that new life because of his death on the cross and his resurrection, and I want to be able to celebrate that and to declare that.
And doing it on Easter Sunday, that's just kind of perfect, isn't it? I'm kind of looking forward to it myself. It's a week away. But you said there, you know, you've been a Christian for some time. So I'm not sure how long that is, but can you just sort of tell us, you know, how did that come about and why did you make that decision?
Okay, yeah, so I'd say the moment I became a Christian was when I was 10 years old, and I was at Spring Harvest, which is like a Christian festival almost, with my friend Rachel and her family. And that was the first big Christian event I'd been to. And I remember just during the worship being really aware of God's presence and just finding that really touched my heart. And also during that week, there was a really good talk about Jesus dying on the cross. And it was going into a lot of detail about the suffering he went through. And it really hit me because in that deepest suffering, in Jesus' darkest moments, that's when he chose to forgive us. And that love that he showed us on the cross, that just really hit me. And then later in the week, they gave an opportunity for people that wanted to become a Christian and give their lives to Jesus to stand up. But they also gave an opportunity for those who might have been to church all their lives or might have had said a prayer before to show they're a Christian but haven't really been following God. And I felt that that was for me because I had grown up in church and I had said a prayer before at a Doug Hawley event at church, but I hadn't really been living that out and following God. So in that moment I stood up with my friend Rachel and it was just the happiest moment. I think I was crying, pretty sure I was crying, and but just with joy, and I just knew that my life had been changed.
So Becky, as you know, I've got a daughter the same age as you, Maisie, you and Maisie. I remember one year you challenged each other to swim in the sea every month. And I have those memories of stood on the beach watching you, making sure you didn't drown in February when it was freezing cold. Yeah. So, you know, I've known you for some time. One of the things that strikes me from what you're saying about your story, you became a Christian when you were 10, and now you've gone to university, as my daughter has. And there's so many challenges for young people today, particularly young people going to university. I just wondered, how have you found being a Christian and yet being in a university environment?
It's been quite difficult going to uni. There's been good bits and bad bits. So I've really enjoyed meeting all the new people and I've been really blessed with some great friends and a great church. There have been times where it's actually been really difficult, where I'm on my own in my room trying to study, not being very successful, and just feeling quite low. But in those moments, knowing that God is with me has completely changed everything. And I just love the term Emmanuel, which is God with us. And just having that, knowing that God is with me, just gives me the strength to keep going, gives me hope. And I think also, a thing about uni is that everyone's trying to fit in, everyone's trying to be the same and kind of be part of a crowd. And as Christians, I think that God calls us to stand out a bit, to follow him and to not follow the crowd, which has been quite difficult and I do felt that quite a lot, but just that challenge of we have something, we know something that's so precious to us, that Jesus has died to save us, and just had an opportunity as well to share that with others and to not be taken by the crowd. It's just a big part of being at uni for me.
Becky, that's really encouraging. That's such a helpful thing to hear, actually, because actually it's not just university students that can feel like that. Even adults, even old people my age can feel like that. So, that's so open and so honest of you. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming on a very wet day, sitting with me and doing this short interview. I can't wait for next week when we are together and you get baptised. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Paul.